Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the edited version of A Fix with Sontarans that is on the Season 22 box set. I just watched it for the first time. I've never seen A Fix with Sontarans before. I know this version is edited down. I am aware of the one person that was originally kind of in this and involved with this. I think it was on their show. It's kind of the person they don't talk about. You know, the he who shall not be named, like Voldemort, basically. I'm not going to dive into that. I'm simply going to point out that I am aware of it. And get into the episode itself. It's one of those things, if you didn't know about all that, you wouldn't know about it by watching the edited episode. Now, I don't know how heavily it's been edited. I think like a minute and something's been removed from it. I'm guessing either from the beginning and the end or just the end. Excuse me. I think the ending might have been changed slightly to accommodate that. I enjoyed it though. It's a lot of fun. In my head, it's canon now. I liked it. Colin's really good at it actually. He seems to be really enjoying himself. I think he kind of enjoyed fulfilling an 8-year-old's dream. And the kid in it, Gareth Jenkins, he actually does pretty well. Keeping in mind this is an 8-year-old child who's not an actor, and I think he does pretty nice in it. I love his first word. Boom! I enjoyed that. And they jumped. I like having Janet Fielding back. It's kind of odd having Janet Fielding and not Nicola Bryant, but I've also seen Nicola's interview where she explains that the reason she's not in it is because she was being punished by JNT for not wanting to do his pantomime thing that she ended up doing anyway, and that was kind of a punishment for that. That's an interesting interview. I've watched the Michael Gray interview and the Nicola Bryant interview, and I really enjoyed both. I still have to watch Colin's interview, and I'm looking forward to that. But I really enjoyed bringing Tegan back in. I like Tegan. It just it took me a little bit to adjust to her different hairstyle. That's very obviously an 80s hairstyle. But she's great in it. I like how her and Six kind of get along. I like the fact Six doesn't take anything from her. She's like, "Doctor," and he's like, "I've regenerated." But I love the fact when he's telling her to get a box, and Tegan being Tegan, very feminist Tegan, get a box. And I love how he just silences her with that look. He just looks at her with, and she just, "I'll get a box." I like that. Whereas the fifth doctor might have, "Tegan, do you mind just like in the 5 doctors, Tegan, Turlo will help you." I like how all Colin's doctor does is look at her. She's like, "I'll get a box." And then when she brings it back, he's like, "Set it down." She's like, "Set it down." It's hilarious because I feel like the writing here does get Tegan just right. And I enjoy that. And I like her little interaction with Six. Like I said, I treat this as canon in my head. I know there's that line at the end. "Well, how do you know how to operate the TARDIS? I've seen you on the telly." That doesn't quite fit. But other than that, it's in my head. So I enjoyed the little interaction there. I like the fact that Garrett's operating the TARDIS better than the Doctor can operate the TARDIS sometimes. I'm enjoying that. And I have listened to the commentary as well, which they also, even in the commentary, they don't mention the other person. They don't even talk about him. They just talk about the episode. How Colin talks about, the thing is Gareth had memorized the actual lines, so if I said a line wrong, because he's supposed to say it back to me, he's actually reading the lines. A lot of times actors will improvise lines as they go. But if he improvised a line, Gareth would be, instead of repeating that line back, he would be doing the actual scripted line, which is what at that age you should be doing. You'd be like, learn the lines. So that meant Colin had to actually learn the lines the way they were written. That was pretty funny. I enjoyed that. I did like the little commentary for it as well. It was really fun. And knowing that Gareth grew up to, he works for like a charity center that fights to end malaria and like tuberculosis and stuff like that across the world. That's pretty awesome, actually. It's pretty neat knowing that he grew up doing a job that literally helps people like the Doctor would be doing. That's pretty cool. I enjoyed that. And he had actually adopted a couple children himself. That's pretty neat. And learning that his costume was made, by his grandmother for him, who was a seamstress in World War II. That's also pretty cool. I really enjoyed that commentary. The Sontarans are pretty neat. I know it's the same ones who played in the 2 Doctors, because this came out right when the 2 Doctors was broadcasting. They are very tall for Sontarans. Because Sontarans are usually shorter. I have noticed that they're very tall for Sontarans. But they do a good job. I enjoy it. I don't really care for the makeup style as much. It's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. But the two actors do a good job. I love the Sontaran death scene when they just disintegrate a lot like in the Sontaran experiment. That was really impressive, actually, for something that's basically just a little, like, charity episode or mini episode like this is. The fact that looks so good, like you see the green sludge coming out of one of them's mouth and his face kind of, you know, flexing in and just disintegrating and drawing in and imploding, and to where, you know, their whole bodies just shrivel up. That's a really neat effect. I was really impressed by that. I'm sitting there going, that looks better than some of the effects in the actual episodes. You just beat everything in Power of Kroll right there. Not that that's exactly a high bar. That's a bar I would not want to have to limbo under. That's a bar I'd have to just step over. But yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I liked, again, Janet Fielding was great. Her and Colin interacting was great. Colin looks like he's having a good time. Gareth looks like he's having a good time. I love finding out when they first find out his name, and this is Gareth Jenkins, and the Sontarans are like, Gareth Jenkins? This is Gareth Jenkins. This is a bigger coup than we thought. So finding out they're more excited about having Gareth Jenkins than about having the Doctor and the TARDIS, they're like, we have to kill him immediately. I love that. And then finding out in the far-off future of 2001, you know, he leads the resistance against a Sontaran invasion. I really want a Big Finish thing on that now. If they've never done that in Big Finish, they need to do that in Big Finish. And actually bring in Gareth to voice Gareth. That would be fun. Big Finish, get on that if you haven't done it yet. In the year 2001, when the Sontarans invaded, there was one man defending. That would be cool. And I love the Sontarans' reaction to finding out who it was. If we kill him now, we can change the future. It was a really fun little romp, this little edited version of it. And I like how it ends on a true Doctor Who cliffhanger with them. This is only the beginning, and you see the more Sontaran ships coming in like a classic Doctor Who cliffhanger. It was really good. I really enjoyed this little edited version. I've never seen the original version of it. I know it's on the original Two Doctors DVD, but I don't own that, and I know it's not on the reissues of that. But this edited version of it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's a nice little mini episode, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, a fix with Sontarans on the Season 22 box set. What do you think of it? How does it compare to the original version? Do you like this cut-down version of it? Let me know what you think. I always enjoy hearing with you guys. Other things to do, go ahead and click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out. If you enjoy my content, it helps me grow the channel, and I really appreciate that. I also have a Patreon. If you would like to support me on that, there's a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to two of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane and the Fifth Doctor. I appreciate their support, just as I appreciate the support of all of my patrons. Thank you very much for your continued support. I also have a P.O. Box if there's anything you would like to send me, and a link to my Amazon wish list, which I update regularly as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.